Alright, well, I started to create what's new form based on this image that Skitter on Discord found. I ended up finding the images for what's new in a database from Spider in this database here. So I've just been going through it, looking for all the stuff I need. So I'll be working on this one actually. That's coming up right now. This is the find a chat. So after I'm done pissing around and making the what's new, I'm gonna get on that one, I think. So anyways, I thought I would just show a little bit of the process that I go through when I'm creating forms, old schoolish way. So I've gotten it this far. So far, there's actually two images. Well, yeah, two large images on either side. So there's not going to show. Of course, it's not going to. Anyway, yeah. So, anyways, there's so like right down the middle of this W here. This side is one image and this side is another image. So I had to put them together, and you do that with FDO. And I've been using this is actually AOL's FDO editor. I really like it. I mean, I have Slushy's FDO editor, but I've become quite fond of this one here. It's because it's what I started with before I had Slushy's. So, but yeah. Anyway, so basically, what I do is to get a basic template for a form, is I do load from, and then whatever, and then I always start with 3220. That's the basic welcome window. And of course, it doesn't come up because like I'm like super excited. I'm like, yeah. And it's because I don't think it's 3220. I think it's 3230. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, so I basically start from that template because it gives you a bunch of options, and then I just start throwing shit together until it makes sense. And the good thing about this FDO editor is you can actually write directly to the database while the client is running, and then using the invoke database record from the star tools, you can continuously load your changes in the forms. So that's what I've been doing, and I just finished placing this label here. I just found this image here, the favorite place image. It's supposed to be a clickable, but I've been having some issues. I'll show you. Um, where is it? Right here. So it's supposed to be a clickable. I don't know if you can do ornaments. I didn't really go into too much detail looking through any dumps, database dumps, to see if you can make an ornament clickable. I'm pretty sure you should be able to. You probably have to use a link, a HTML link. But anyways, if you set this to trigger and do matte trigger style plain picture, then it gets rid of the borders around it. Otherwise, it makes the button look really funny. I guess I'll show you too. Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll save. Then we'll write it directly to, and then we can open it and have a look. So yeah, that's what it does to the button. Makes it look super funny, right? So then you just do no border, write it, open it, and then it, moves the button. But except it moves the button, it spaces the button hugely from the side. It's about 10 pixels or so but I'm using map precise and I'm placing the map precise X right at the end, but it's not moving it over, so it must be like a border style or something. Maybe the border style is too big, or it's just a default with a button with triggers. But this here is actually a button and a trigger. This whole thing. So, and it didn't space it out crazy. I put it right at the edge, and the FDO is pretty much fucking the same for both of them. But this one wants to throw it off the side a bit, so I just been using ornament for now, because until I learn me my skills up better. But yeah, if you want to place text beside an image, because this is basically an image of a button. This here, you can see it clicking. It's basically an image of a button. If you want to be able to put text to the side of it, you need to use the mat title position. And you want it to be centered and to the right, right? So that's how I got that to fit in there. So, and basically I'm just creating it the same way that I see here. I know it's really like blurry, you can barely make out the words, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just following what's all on this page as I find the images and stuff, so that I can get all the precise X and Y's and everything down pat, so that I can create the basic template of it. So the basic template is basically you create all the objects, but you don't put any image references into it. Those are to come after, either sent by the server or how have you. But yeah, I'm trying to build out this template for this form. So, and I just found all the images, except like, I don't have any of these images here. I don't have any of those. I looked through all the databases and I couldn't find those specific ones. So I spent like a full day. Figured I'm wasting time. I need to get going here. So people are probably getting upset. I ain't doing it fast enough. So yeah. Oh, so yeah, I gotta fix that. It's no longer a trigger. I'm just gonna use ornament. And looks like everything's okay. Save right. Yeah, so this actually favorite place it. The image is actually, it's actually a GIF with 2 frames. So I'll have to eventually figure out how to. I mean, I know how to animate the frame art, but see, it's got favorite place it and one once it's highlighted. So I need to figure out the highlighting, when to move the mouse over top of it. I haven't been able to find any reference material for that kind of thing, so I'll have to tinker with that. But anyway, yeah, so I figured I'd just show you how I go. So right now I want to do another label and a button here, which will be the Sports Madness shop, as it said. So all I'm gonna do is copy paste. Oh, you know what I did? I did the wrong one, because I'm a tool. It's supposed to be this one. Except the second one down is gonna have to be start sibling. Oops, shit. Sibling. Because the first one is a start object, so it's a main object, and then every other one of them underneath there, underneath in this list, has to be a sibling. It doesn't have to be a sibling. It can be its own regular object, but if you do them as a sibling, then you only have to worry about closing the object once, at the end. Otherwise, every time you do a man start object, you have to close it. So if you do siblings after, then you just have to worry about closing it one time. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And what was it? Sports Madness Shop. Sports Madness Shop. The capital M? It is 2. So now we'll have to figure out the spacing. The relative tag will be 11. So we need these relative tags because if we want to change them dynamically from the server, which we will obviously at some point, the mat art ID is just this little arrow here. And precise X, we want to keep that the same because it's looking good here. Precise Y is what we'll have to change. So that's 40 pixels to the top corner here. From there down, these blue bars seem to be about 10 pixels. So if I go, 40, if I do 50, 55, maybe 60, let's try 60 and see if it places it in there. We don't need to change anything else here. So right, go, run it. Look at that, pretty fucking close. But it's got this gayness right here. It's overwriting the N. I'll have to figure that out. It's because it's making the label too large. It's like padding it. And that would be like width, but I've only got it set to 8. So I'll have to I really need to figure it out. I'm assuming these guys they just did this triangle here would have been an ornament as an image, and then this would have been a clickable label. That's what I'm assuming, because you can just make out the label edges here of after the words. So that's what I'm assuming. It's either that or it's its own group, or maybe it's a group because you can set text on an or group and image background too. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, let's get that done. So that's maybe needs to go down about 62. Give it a try. It looks okay. I just don't like that. I don't like it at all. But whatever. We'll just carry on. Do a couple more and then, yeah. So that's basically how I do it. I mean, obviously you missed all the struggle. There's quite a bit of struggle to figure out how to get the images to be perfectly aligned, and Jesus Murphy, I tell you, FDO is a pain in the ass. But I mean, I really like it. What boys to men contest, hey? And that's that. Boys to men contest. Oops. Fingers, so if that was 60, it's 2, and then maybe do 82. Yeah, yeah. And we're right there. They have, 13. Oops, not that one. This one. Alright, let's give her a go. Hey. Seems to be working out, mate. Cool. I'll close all these. So yeah, I basically figured that out, hey? Hey. Oh, I realized that I have first line. second, third, fourth. And what is this one? MTV Online. A new something. A new look, maybe? Maybe that's what then. Anyways, let's see. MTC. Oh, come on. MTV Online, Flash, and you. This will be 14. Oh, yeah. Hey, 80. So it'll be 102. So, yeah, once you. Oops, I forgot to write it. Yeah, see, it's making all those weird things. It's supposed to be cut off right at the end, so I'll eventually have to figure that out. Excuse me for the burps if you guys heard that. But this one seems to be off. It needs to come down another, looks like another pixel or two. So 102 is no good. 104. Anyways, this is pretty much how I made every single form that I didn't find. This is how I did it. I reviewed a picture, and then I started off with a blank slate in here. I mean, with our task he's working on that, he's pretty much done. I mean, it's basically just waiting for me to move it to get production all set up, like staging and, you know, get staging stabilized. Staging is pretty good right now. I mean, I'm connected right now to staging with this. I always work on staging when I'm creating things because I have the debugger going while I'm doing it. So as I'm working, I can debug at the same time. Anything happens, and you know. But yeah, so that's how I do that. The next thing after I get all those, obviously I'll have to throw some images in there. All of these are going to change, right? Like I was saying before, it needs to be templated. So that's what I'm doing. I thought I would just make a video and let you guys know that I am working here. I mean, I work in my job and then doing this whenever I can. So I'm not just stealing y'all's money. And yes, I feel guilty as shit about that because it's not coming along as fast as I think most people are wanting it to. But when I said that AOL was dead and vaporware and non-existent, I mean it. It's dead. That's all we have are images. And now you've seen how I'm making the forms, and there's a lot of forms. But with Tasky's re-VPD, you know, we should be able to motor along on this a lot faster. But I think the next one that I'll work on, I'll try and do the video with the re-VPD. But this is the way I've become accustomed to doing it. So I'm kind of stubborn in that I keep doing it this way. But I want to learn. I want to learn about the FDO like 100%. I want to learn it complete. Like I know it pretty well, but there's still lots of things that are need to be discovered. So, anyways, with that, I'll stop it and continue on. And yeah, so the next one I think maybe I'll start recording from the beginning and not just as an afterthought like this one was, working away all zoned out, and I'm like, hey, I should be recording that. Anyways, yeah, later guys. So this is what I'm doing.